So all roads lead to Vodafone Arena this morning. And the crowd certainly been pouring in their thousands again. Great to see that. Records have been broken this year. And Karen, obviously the Australian Open has still a lot of mileage in terms of appreciation around the world. It's growing every year.
It is indeed. And the Grand Slam of the Asia-Pacific region. And I think all around the world people talk about this event. Players really enjoy coming here.
And I think some of the smart things have been to bring in ball boys and ball girls from Asia to give the leading Asian players a wild card and that sort of thing, that sort of cooperation with the region.
No, I think that's been a great move. Now, Myskina, last week in Sydney, we saw her play a diabolical match.
Ouch.
She came from the Hopman Cup in Perth, where she'd been playing indoors, said she couldn't adjust to the conditions in Sydney and lost 6-1, 6-3 to a qualifier at the tournament, Peng Shui, who plays Venus Williams later today. But it was an absolute capitulation. It was 1-3. So she was pleased to get through a first round here against Kaveta Peshki and thought, I played better than Sydney, so things are looking up. But I'm just not quite sure just how ready she is for this Grand Slam assault.
Well, that's right, and a lot of pressure on her shoulders, really. She is the leading Russian. There are so many Russians about now, but she is the highest ranked at number 3. And following her in the ranking order, Sharapova, Kuznetsova, Demencheva, 4 in the top 10, 5 in the top 11, because Zvonareva is just outside, and 2 more in the top 15. Petrova and Bovina, who isn't here. She's got a left foot injury, so incredible, the Russian success. Absolutely incredible. And in fact, Anastasia's goal for this year is to become the first woman from Russia to become #1. She's been as high as #2, is #3 at the moment. She wants to make history by achieving what no other Russian woman ever has before.
First set, Tzipora Obziler to serve.
So Obziler to serve.
Play.
Her nickname is Zippy. Let's hope there's plenty of zip to her game today.
Obziler is an interesting sort of player, 31 years of age, and really hasn't played full-time throughout her career. Started quite late and really only became serious when she went to the university in Virginia in the USA at the age of 21. Comes from Israel. A couple of players from the top, from Israel, one in the top 100 rather, Anastasia Myskina.
She had been the #1 ranked Israeli back in 1996. But as you say, getting long in the tooth for a tennis player.
Very, very fit though, and I think a late maturer as far as her tennis game goes.
Perhaps we should have said at the start, they haven't played each other before, so
30-15.
Myskina won't quite know what to expect until she experiences the shots on court. I wonder if she's seen her play very much. She probably has.
I doubt it, whether she would seen much, because Zippy, as she's known, this is only her 7th Grand Slam match.
Oh, that was a pretty zippy forehand to force the defensive lob.
Oh, she's very consistent, composed out there, and also a good move, as you see here. Really quick to get up to that ball.
Playing here for the 4th time, the Russian. Last 2 years, quarter-finalist. Kleister's beat her both times.
That's what Myskina does so well, is the shot that isn't quite deep enough, and Myskina just able to whip that cross court.
Advantage, Myskina.
Started comfortably, but now in trouble on serve. First double fault.
Well, she may be 8 years younger, Myskina, but very much more experienced at the Grand Slam level. Her 20th Grand Slam, Obziler's 5th.
Deuce.
I think we're going to have to count the forehand errors carefully today from Myskina, because it was that shot in Sydney that was so awful.
Yet it can be so good.
Advantage, Obziler.
Myskina only had 20 days off between the end of her playing commitments last year, which was winning the Fed Cup for Russia, and coming back to play in Australia. And she felt that wasn't quite enough.
But I think we all agree that the schedule does need adjusting.
Well, it will be a shorter season this year. WTA Tour have shortened it, put Fed Cup before the Tour and Championships.
Yes, there is the... We've seen the good and the bad forehands in this one game.
Deuce.
And of course, it's whenever Myskina gets the ball sitting up in front of her here, plenty of time to get set. And Obziler will be having to keep that ball a lot deeper, do a lot more with her shots, or she'll be punished.
Advantage, Myskina.
What a pity. Such a good slice serve. Getting the short ball that she wanted. That's what sorts out the good players from the average ones. That's 3 into the net this game.
Deuce.
This long first game may be in Obziler's favour, just helping her to get settled, losing her nerves.
Oh, good point from Obziler. Taking charge, keeping the ball very deep.
Well, the knowledge that she saved 2 break points against the world number 3, playing her for the first time, that will help to settle her nerves. And a lovely finish. It's Obziler, 1-0. Well, that was a nice game for Obziler, really.
Yeah, I think Obziler is a very cool customer out there. I think the maturity of being 31 and making a late charge in the game, I think she's actually going to enjoy this opportunity of going out there to try and test Myskina.
Never been past this round at any Grand Slam. He's only played 4 before this.
Mind you, she came close at the US Open. Obziler played just in Ardennes, number 1 then. and took her to a very tight 3-set match. Pushed her all the way. Again, the positive play coming off Obziler's racket, really getting Myskina on the stretch, seeing that opportunity to come forward. Another error off the forehand from Myskina, and now the number 3 seed in quite a bit of trouble here.
Fifteen 14.
That's where Obziler really needed to make Myskina play, try and keep the ball deep on it. So 2 break points saved, still facing 1.
Game Obziler.
A break and too low for Obziler.
Quiet, please.
Oh, I must remember to ask you, Anna, about my petunias.
Now 15.
Well, of course, the Grand Slams are the places where everybody strives mightily. And we saw that last night with Sharapova under threat for a while there.
Myskina looking disconsolate, frustrated with the number of errors coming from her racket.
Well, I can't believe that a player as good as she has proved herself to be, can't believe that she won't snap out of this error mode.
Oh.
15-13.
The sorts of returns that are really going to hurt Obziler. Only got that serve in at 123 kilometres an hour. Something is bothering Myskina. I'm not sure what it is.
I think it's Obziler.
No, I think there's something else as well.
Now there's the change of pace, which forced the error. A master at that.
15-14.
Or should that be a mistress?
Incredible firepower when she gets set for those ground strokes.
And there is the break back, courtesy of the second double fault from Obziler. 2-1.
She has 20 seconds.
Well, a lot of excitement here today. I was talking in the press room to people eagerly looking forward to tonight's match when Mollick will be playing Nakamura, and I think, you know, the whole of Australia will be watching that one. I hope so.
Yes, everyone very excited by the form that Mollick has arrived in Melbourne with, playing terrifically.
Allow 15.
Well, the errors are a worry, no question about that, and she's benefiting from them. Obziler. Well, that's more what we like to see from
15 all.
this great Russian player.
Well, nice placement on the return, but Myskina's so quick to get over there, and the ball sitting up nicely for her. The forehand at the moment, a winner or an error.
Well,
Take your
that's what
pick.
it was in Sydney, more errors than winners there. Oh dear, oh dear.
15-14.
Draw veil over this game, I think. So Myskina trying to set the pace in all these rallies. Obziler just trying to contain it.
Game
So
Obziler.
3 breaks in a row, and it's Obziler 3-1. Is going to be a blood tingler tonight.
Yeah, both of those guys in great form. Both won their first round matches in straight sets. Looking
Great.
forward to seeing Leighton show his stuff out there.
That's this afternoon, of course. And
Allow 15.
it's the last of the day matches, in fact. Blake and Hewitt. And I'm so pleased to see James Blake back again after that awful neck injury, which threatened his life almost, let alone his career. Breaking a vertebrae in his neck. Crashing into a net post in Rome. Ah, clever. Don't have to hit hard all the time.
Allow 13.
Very smart play here from Myskina and down the line. Zillow having to struggle to get it back, and here Myskina with quite a few options takes the pace off, rolls it cross court.
Allow 14.
We've seen 1 or 2 of the fancied players, the seeded players, lose first sets. Not that I think necessarily Myskina's going to do that today here, but yesterday Mauresmo was struggling like mad, lost that first set to Safina. Sharapova last night against Lee Waters.
Yes, yesterday, and then last night, Sophie Ferguson taking a set off Nadia Petrova.
Game, Myskina.
And another break, 4 in a row. So 3-2 Obziler first set.
Vodafone Arena.
2-3.
$15 love. $30 love.
Better serve from Myskina. Getting some pace on that. 168 kilometres an hour. That's her fastest yet. Myskina not trying to do too much here, trying to eliminate the errors.
Well, I think she's had to do that because there were too many in the early stages.
Obziler started that point beautifully and had a chance if she'd moved forward.
15.
Chance to hit a volley there, I thought, but went back instead, allowed Myskina back into the point, but she still won it in the end.
Dear, oh dear.
40, 30.
I think she can hardly believe it.
Game, Myskina.
But she's held.
Three games all.
Despite the errors.
Showing a bit of emotion after clinching that service game. She hits this one beautifully. She's pleased, really trying to get herself back on track.
Well, all players search for rhythm. And she's lacking it at the moment, trying to find it.
$50 love.
Well, she finds the line with that one.
Well, she's resourceful, has a one-handed backhand when she needs it on the slice, and then the two-hander when she can. So you've got to have all the shots, ideally.
And the slice can be very effective. It's an underused shot in the women's game.
That's what I call a routine Myskina point.
15, 30.
Always dangerous when you just sit that ball up in mid-court. Look at her getting set for that. but also more like
15,
Myskina,
40.
creating the angle off the backhand. Very slight frame, but generates so much power off her ground strokes, all in the timing.
Oh, great play. My goodness, she was quick out to that wide forehand.
30, 40.
Saving the first of the break points.
Game, Myskina.
Well played for the
New
first
ballers,
time.
please.
Myskina is ahead in this match. 4-3 with a break.
Myskina leads 4.
Here come the Aussie fans, and they'll be watching the Aussies in action today. Of course, two of them. Leighton Hewitt were playing James Blake, last of the day matches, first of the night matches. Mollick against Nakamura. The lucky folks with tickets for the night session, I think they'll be at a premium, those seats.
15 left.
Well, second serve ace from Myskina. As I was walking over here to Vodafone Arena, saw a long queue for the face painting, getting Australian flags on the faces ready to cheer on the Aussies. Hewitt and Mollick. A couple of others in action today also. Ibi Dominikovic later on.
And I can't remember a year when we've had the real prospect of a man and a woman being in the latter stages of these championships from Australia. Hewitt, of course, has always been likely to do that, but hasn't done it yet.
Well,
at last, Myskina is showing something like her true rhythm and beginning to show us the quality that brought her that French Open title last year.
Forty, 15. 40, 30.
Is the frustration considerable at the moment still?
Anastasia can be such a firebrand on the court. Things aren't going right. And that's good play from Obziler, knowing that her opponent is feeling frustrated, a little anxious, and she made her play a number of balls, just looking for the error.
Advantage, Myskina.
Oh, bad luck. It was a good idea. Nearly made that angle. Well, that's a forced error. That's good play from Obziler.
Deuce.
Excellent play. Seeing backhand cross court and down the line with the top spin from Obziler.
Advantage.
Myskina still angry. She won that point. And she's getting some good results with really sending Obziler out wide there to the forehand court, opening up that backhand side, takes the pace off it.
Game.
And
Myskina.
despite the errors, it's 5-3 to Myskina. Three-five.
No, good pressing play from Obziler.
15 love.
Just pinning Myskina behind the baseline. Myskina airborne when she hits that forehand. Racket head speed through the ball, very quick. Serve into the body of Myskina, doing the trick there. Myskina just looking a little flat, finding it difficult to keep up the run of points.
It's a pity. That was a lovely opening she created. But I suppose when you look at her first round result, Emily Loire, she beat 7-6, 6-4. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. I didn't see the match, but obviously she must have been playing well to beat Emily, who's ranked in the 40s in women's tennis, so must have been in good form there.
Myskina there looking up into the stands, and I bet you that's at her luckless coach Jens Gerlach, who always, there he is, left of screen there in the black t-shirt, has to sit and cop what is often abuse from Anastasia when she gets upset out there on court. Very passionate.
So Obziler keeping this set alive, but it's 5-4 Myskina. Well, it's been a topsy-turvy set with Myskina striving to find her rhythm and Obziler taking full advantage of it, though with 5 breaks overall, it's Myskina ahead, serving for the set, leading 5-4.
I think when Obziler gets a look at a serve that's that slow 116k, she's really got to try and do more with that return. A bit too passive.
Oh, and she looks up in surprise. It must have felt right. It wasn't that long, but You have to keep them inside the lines, I'm afraid.
30-15.
Serve right into the corner. Second ace for Myskina. The other was on a second serve. But really doing well when she serves out wide.
Well, she's hauled herself somehow to set point.
Game on first set,
After
Myskina.
39 minutes, completes the job there. 6 games to 4. All sorts of action all over this complex today. It's love 30 in the first game of the second set. Obziler serving.
Obziler started the set with a double fault and really letting Myskina get away here. Just to stay and try and stay with her.
Game, Myskina.
And Myskina does get the break. And the first set full of some good things, but some bad.
Well, Myskina earlier on was just making so many errors off the forehand, but then she found her range enough, was able to play enough good power shots from the baseline. And I think in the end there, Obziler really letting things slip a little in the last game. Didn't make Myskina play extra balls, gave it away a little. But Myskina not looking altogether comfortable out there. It's up a set and a break, but she's frustrated and doesn't look like she's really found a rhythm in this match totally.
Let's first serve.
Below 50% of her first serves in.
And what you'd hope to see is the experienced campaigner finding her rhythm, finding her game, and imposing her authority.
30-15.
That is the money serve for her. Slicing it out wide, making Obziler stretch on the forehand. That's better.
40-15.
Telling yourself to hit through that backhand, not pull back up off it.
Game, Myskina.
So Myskina has consolidated. She's too low. Well, now, let's see if Myskina can really settle down and show us what she can do.
Allow 15.
Nice attacking return. Lovely story with Obziler. She was out of the game for a couple of years. And in 2002, played a Fed Cup tie, played Lindsay Davenport and went to 7-6 in the third. And Billie Jean King said, "What are you doing? Get back on the tour."
15.
She can't believe it. I can't either.
Just so patchy.
Just a routine shot.
You
get every now and again the normal brilliance.
Well, this is what you expect from Myskina. Just really eating up that serve that's sitting in the comfort zone there, her hitting zone on the forehand.
And you know, there's a great chance for someone this year here because, as we've said, this is one of the most open women's events for years in Australia. And we've got 5 of the top 20 women out injured, including the 2 finalists last year, champion Enin Arden and the other Belgian Kleisters.
Yes, this championship wide open. Myskina, the number 3 seed, you'd have to say is one of the favourites on paper. But looking at the way she's playing this match, and certainly the way she lost in her first round match in Sydney last week, she's looking jaded.
Yes, I think that may be it. You talked about the Fed Cup at the end of the year. Great excitement for the Russians there. And even the net, not her friend today. Well, you can't do anything about these, you've just got to accept them.
Look at the reaction. Again, emotional. Such a quiet, demure thing off the court. Very feisty on it. That's superb.
Advantage Myskina.
Struggles to get the serve back. It's a good shot here from Obziler. Myskina made the ground and good reaction with that shot.
Well played, another break. It's Myskina 3-love.
It's 2 years ago. Back to Vodafone.
First point. The first point went to Myskina. This is the second point you've just seen. And 30-love now. Well, of course, Karen, Myskina won't know it yet, but Raymond, who has just stormed through her match, is going to be her next opponent.
Yeah, Lisa looks like she's in scary form. And Anastasia, even though she's winning comfortably now, not looking sharp. We often see the top players, though, building their form throughout a Grand Slam. We'll see some shakes and shudders in the earlier rounds, and they just steadily build form, so they play better in the second week. I'm not convinced that's the case with Myskina.
No, that's better. Well, a rather better service game. 1-15 and 4-love.
Myskina leads 4 games to love.
I must say, before the match started, and not really knowing how well, as I said, I hadn't seen Obziler play her first round match, but I thought that the scoreline might have been about 1-2 today. But how wrong can you be?
Well, Obziler, a very handy player, and really making her return to the tour in the last couple of years. It's good to see her trying to fulfill her talent at the age of 31.
Well, that was not a good volley, I'm afraid. I think it was meant to be a stop volley.
15 love.
It just presented her opponent with an easy winner.
Obziler also had a couple of years when she wasn't playing much tennis, spent 2 years in the Israeli army, in the defense department on top secret projects. So she's done a few interesting things. Obziler.
And at times has lived up to her nickname today. Zippy.
Great nickname. Because her first name's Tzipora. I'm just trying to sneak that slice over the net. Dead even on the unforced errors at the moment, 19 apiece. Myskina with 18 winners to 8 for Obziler.
And a curious coincidence. We talked about Peng beating Myskina at Sydney, and Peng also beat Obziler in the qualifying there.
And what a tough qualifying match that is. Peng, of course, got through to the semis in Sydney.
Game Obziler.
Well, Obziler has got a name on the board, but it's 4-1 now. Myskina, second set. The number 3 seed is 4-1, second set. I felt Myskina's reaction to her loser on the last point of the last game said it all. She hung her head and strode to the chair rather sorrowfully.
Out. 15 all.
Don't think she'll query the late call.
Thirty, 15. Let first serve.
Myskina, trademark shot here. Gets that one deep. Producing the short ball she's looking for.
Yes, it's out, and Myskina now comfortably 5-1. Yes, that last match of the day session is going to be packed. I'm sure the arena will be bursting with excitement.
Yes, Leighton Hewitt, the real excitement generator, along with Alicia Molik. Two Aussie contenders for the titles here.
Make a date tonight to sit down at 7:30 for Molik against Nakamura. Yes, the wrong footing drive has done well for her today.
15.
We've seen her catch Myskina, who when she's way at the back of the baseline there, has to make a move back to the centre of the court. And Obziler able to put it back in behind her.
Another attempt at the wrong footing drive. Just rushed it a bit. Scream of dismay. Just 4 double faults today. I'm afraid the radar isn't quite tuned today.
Jens Gerlach, Myskina's coach, looking on. Perhaps Jens Gerlach should say to Anastasia, well, just forget all your troubles, go out and have a good dinner, have a glass of wine, and it'll all come back. Sometimes that is the best way. Well, on her 20 days off, she did have a holiday in the Emirates. Spent time just swimming, relaxing, but then had to get back into training. all too soon.
Myskina.
Well, she's fought valiantly as Obziler against a woman who is ranked so much higher, but now she faces a match point.
Deuce.
Well, her turn for the wrong footing drive.
Advantage Myskina.
And it's brought a second match point.
Deuce.
Oh dear. Well, a sorry performance really from someone who we know is very much better than the form she's shown today. And she'll have to improve if she's going to make any impression on the championship.
Yes, well, certainly doing enough today
Advantage
to
Obziler.
be in a good position to win this match, but I've just seen her make errors on 2 match points. And Myskina would not be at all happy with the way she has played this match.
Well done.
Game Obziler.
Obziler keeps the match alive. But it's 5-2 Myskina, second set. And we'll see if Myskina can close it out now on her own serve. She's had 2 match points already.
Loud 15.
And I think she is going to be the first to agree, Karen, that her own form has got to improve.
Well, it's got to improve for it to close out this match. At the moment, she looks like she's losing. And just from the body
15
language and the way she's going about it, it looks as if Myskina is the one trailing by a set in 5-2. To really try and lift herself here, close out this second round.
And 30-15.
Obziler needs to just try and keep the ball in play.
Aha. 2 more match points. So
Game set match Myskina.
it was
2 sets to love. 6-4, 6-2.
It was third time lucky for Myskina. An hour and 9 minutes it's taken the number 3 seed to quell the Israeli 6-4, 6-2.
I think what Myskina will be concerned about, as well as the unforced errors, is just the lack of intensity about her own game. She just didn't seem to be focused throughout the match. And maybe that is mental tiredness, so she'll be looking to really improve on that match in the next round where she faces Lisa Raymond.
But at least she is through to the third round and will be playing Lisa in a couple of days' time. The score 6-4, 6-2.
Anastasia Myskina.